Welcome back. Now, it's a problem many thought had been resolved. It has, however, continued to plague the country and is once again a topical issue. What is this issue? Let's find out in this report.
Despite all the promises made and steps said to be taken, this is what Nigerians are still confronted with. Expectedly, how to make the nation's petroleum sector more efficient and accountable formed a major discussion at the National Assembly this week. In his welcome address to lawmakers, the Speaker of the House of Representatives emphasized the need to unravel the reasons responsible for the scarcity. In his own welcome address, the Senate President also touches on this issue.
The unending and shameful story of fuel shortage reached an unbearable level as to make traveling and other economic activities impossible. We expect that with the legislative cooperation given to the executive arm to effect an increase in the fuel pump price from 87 naira a litre to 145, and based on the assurances, the incidence of fuel scarcity will be a thing of the past. We were also assured that fuel subsidy had come to an end. From recent developments on this subject, except the executive adduces compelling reasons why the reverse is the case, will be justified in feeling betrayed.
We seek the cooperation and understanding of Nigerians as we try to get to the bottom of this problem. My own estimation of the fuel scarcity phenomenon is that it is man-made. We thought we had left the problem of fuel queues firmly in the past in this country. But sadly, that appears not to be the case. In any event, there is a problem and it must be solved. We await the findings of the committee report. I'm hopeful that by tomorrow, the committee should be able to present the report for consideration. It is our responsibility, that we must get to the bottom of this and hold those responsible for this needless hardship.
A day later, the chairman of the committee returns to the floor with the report.
The committee adopted the following terms of reference: establish and identify the immediate and remote causes of the fuel crisis. Examine and investigate the current scheme for importing fuel products into the country. The direct sell, direct purchase, otherwise known as DSDP program.
His report did not go down well with many members.
What we ought to be debating here is the corruption that is going on in the oil industry, in NNPC, and the reason why our oil industry has failed. But nothing of sort is being mentioned in this report. This report, rather, is energizing the corruption that is already ongoing.
There is an excess supply of about 5.9 billion liters. Let us multiply 5.9 billion liters by 145 naira. Then the whole subsidy we are talking about as at today is, if you take everything at 40 million liters per day, and at 171, Mr. President, the whole price of the TMS in the country will come to 6.8 billion naira. Now, if you take the subsidy out, it will be 1.5 billion naira per day. That is 447 billion naira in subsidy. Now, what the committee has been able to get out is there is 5.9 billion liters misappropriated. That is about 1 trillion naira. So how can you be talking of 26 naira that is not in quotation?
The Senate President gives his views on the report and rules on the matter.
Two issues are very important. Is the issue of the scarcity as of today and the fraud of the volumes. And that is really where the issue is, because for as long as we are consuming 27 million liters a day, and you are bringing 40 million liters a day, it's criminal. So if we agree, as we said, that let the committee go back and address these two main issues and give us a comprehensive report to address the way forward.
The Senate Committee on Public Accounts is now expected to investigate the payment of a subsidy by the NNPC. Meanwhile, at the House of Representatives, a motion also draws attention to the need to investigate alleged payment of fuel subsidy by the NNPC.
The House notes that in December 2017, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, and the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Mr. Ibe Kachuku, have both admitted that the current landing cost of petrol is 171 naira per litre, despite the fact that the government has pegged official rate at 145 naira per litre. At the moment, it is the Nigerian Petroleum Corporation that is paying for the cost of differential of 26 naira per litre, despite the fact that the Federal Executive has posted that it has removed petroleum subsidy, and there is no parliamentary appropriation for subsidy payment in 2017 Appropriation Act. Worried that the federal government claimed that it has stopped fuel subsidy payment, and it is the NNPC that is paying subsidy through its routine trading activities. And as such, that does not require budgetary approval, and there is no need for recourse to Parliament. That such appropriated expenditure on petroleum subsidy, no matter how well intended, is illegal and is a subject of corruption.
It's a motion that has the support of most lawmakers. The Minister of State for Petroleum, Ibe Kachuku, and the Group Managing Director of the NNPC, Mekanti Baru, are to appear before a joint committee of the House to explain the current subsidy payment and also account for the money spent on subsidy payments since January 2017 to date. The House is also asking President Muhammadu Buhari to formally request for approval of budgetary provision for fuel subsidy, if there is need for such, in the 2018 appropriation bill.
Now let's take a look at other activities that made the news from the National Assembly.
Passengers in the country have for a long time had to spend long hours on journeys that may otherwise have taken fewer hours owing to bad roads. The National Roads Fund, as proposed by the National Assembly, seeks to address this challenge. At the Senate plenary, members of the upper legislative chamber took a look at the bill. While some argued in support of the bill, others raised areas of concerns on the bill, which bothers on what they call irregularities in the financial implications for the proposed 5 naira charges on each litre of petrol.
This cannot be accommodated. I quite agree with the fund. I have no problems with it. But the only thing is you cannot eat your cake and have it. We cannot say we want to sell fuel at 145 and we are talking of constructing roads with the levy from fuel prices. So let us just know where we are going to. If we are deregulated, this thing is perfect, is quite in order.
There must be a fund for the maintenance of our roads so that Nigerians stop dying on the road and we can have a good road to apply.
Members of the upper legislative chamber also announced the postponement of the National Security Summit, previously scheduled to hold on January 24th to 25th. The summit was postponed indefinitely during the Thursday's plenary after Senate Leader Ahmed Lawal cited Order 53-6 and sought for a 2-week extension of the summit.
The time between now and then is too short for this Senate to organize a very good and solid national summit. The Senate should have, this committee needs more time so that we organize a summit that is worth its name and get the proper outcome.
During the week, a senator representing Ebonyi South announced his defection to the All Progressive People's Congress. While his decision did not go down well with members of the party he is leaving, he is received with joy by members of the APC. The situation led to a rowdy session. Senate President Bukola Saraki then intervened, calling for calm.
Senator Sonu Ugoji, I'll keep the whole day free for you anytime you want to come back on order 43 today before the close of the session.
And when calm eventually returns, Senator Ogboji steps down his decision.
My colleagues from my party, PDP, feel that I needed to consult with them more. So, because of the love they've shown to me, I want to step down my declaration and consult wider.
In the House of Representatives, the Speaker announces the defection of a member, Representative Odebumi Olusegun of Oyo State, from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the ruling party.
They have defected from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressive Congress (APC). This is in obedience to the directive from my constituents after a wide consultation on the unresolved contending issues in my former party, the People's Democratic Party, which led to the formation of the fresh PDP. However, I remain committed to the unity and prosperity of Nigeria. Thanks and accept the assurances of my highest regards. Yours sincerely, the announcer, Honorable Odebumi Olusegun.
Now, lawmakers are working on the 2018 budget with different committees, meeting with officials of ministries, departments, and agencies as the race to complete work on the document continues. Well, this is where I take my leave right now. Thanks for staying with me. Goodbye and take care.